In our previous lesson, we extracted P&G's historical price data since 1995. Let's look at it. Wow, a lot of data. Python does not even project the whole range. Here is a piece of advice for you. Once loaded, look at your data first. A short preliminary analysis doesn't hurt, but can be helpful and might prevent losing valuable time. If there is something wrong with the data, it is better to find it sooner than later. Let's see how Pandas organizes a data frame. The first two rows are not counted as rows with data. Open, high, low, close, volume, and adjusted close are just the column names, while the information in this cell refers to the labels of the rows. The data we extracted is a time series. In every trading day, P&G's price has been recorded, and here we can see it. This is why in this cell, we specify the labels below refer to a date. Therefore, the 0 row with data is this one. The first one is this one, and so on. Okay, the data looks good. We have 6 columns containing 4 types of price information, trading volume information, and finally, the adjusted closing price of the stock. The adjusted closing price for the first years seems a small number compared to the closing price we see here. But at the end of the period, we can see it is equal to the closing price. The difference is due to dividends paid to stock owners and to other changes to the stock price, such as stock splits, increases of capital, and so on. So, at this point, the data looks fine, right? Let's look at the date values we have here. When we extracted everything, the data from the 1st of January, 1995, do you think we obtained information about every day or just about trading days? The latter means Saturdays, Sundays, and national holidays will not be quoted, as the stock market isn't open in those days. It looks like we are in the second case, no data for the 1st and 2nd of January, which sounds normal. Nothing about the 8th and 9th of January. Okay. The data we have here includes trading days only. Therefore, we can conclude the data is clean and well organized, and there are no missing bits. Hence, we can proceed with further analysis. A few Pandas methods can speed up this analysis for you. .info will first tell you we are examining a data frame object. You can see how many entries there are, and the time span. Here, you can easily see the number of data points. As each row is the same, this immediately tells you there is no missing data, which is great. Finally, besides the volume column, containing integer values, the data in the rest of the columns is made of floats. Okay. Head and tail are the two methods you can use when you would like to see the first and the last 5 rows of your data. If you are interested in a different number of rows from the top or the bottom, you must indicate the specific number within the parentheses. Let's see the first and the last 20 rows of our data set. Done. Wonderful. We are one step away from completing the data organization concept. We learned how we can extract from Yahoo a data frame object with 6 columns, right? So, the next logical question would be, how can we create a dataset that contains 5 columns representing the adjusted closing prices of 5 different companies? We want to repeat the same action we just did for Procter & Gamble for, say, Microsoft, AT&T, Ford, and General Electric. But I will need only the last columns of their tables. The task at hand is clear. Here is how we can do it. First, we will have to create a list with the ticker symbols of the companies I just mentioned. They are PG, MSFT, T, F, and GE. Do you remember how we create a dictionary by typing its name and assigning it to an empty value within braces and then filling it with key value pairs? The logic of what we will do here is similar. I will create a new data frame object from pandas and will call it new data. How will I fill it with information? Row by row for the past 22 years? No, I'd rather remember what I know about iteration in Python. And I'll write for every ticker in tickers, T in tickers for brief, provide me with the adjusted closing price for each ticker for each instance. That is, for each day since the 1st of January, 1995. The correct syntax is: to new data with an index of T, assign the outcome of the data reader function for T from Yahoo, starting from the 1st of January, 1995. This line is analogical to the one we used for downloading the data of PNG. The difference is that, here, we had the index T in the new data object at the beginning. And, importantly, since we are interested solely in the adjusted price column, at the end of the line, we should indicate in brackets the exact name of the column. Okay? Good. This trick will work only if the data for all 5 companies is organized in the same way, with the same column names. And is it so? Let's execute and check the tail of the new dataset. Looks good, right? We are almost there. In a few lessons, we'll carry out financial and investment analysis in Python. Thanks for watching.